Welcome. I am Professor A.B. Zanjad from Kekewak College of Agricultural Engineering and Technology, Nasik, in the Department of Irrigation and Drainage Engineering. Today, we will see the topic on measurement of pressure. First, the devices used for measurement of the pressure. These devices can be classified as manometers and mechanical devices. First, we will see what is the manometer. Manometers are defined as the devices used for measuring the pressure at a point in fluid by balancing the column of fluid by the same or another column of fluid, and they are classified as simple manometer and differential manometer. A simple manometer consists of a glass tube having one of its end connected to a point where pressure is to be measured and other end remains open to the atmosphere. The common types of simple manometer are piezometer, U-tube manometer and single column manometer. First we will see piezometer. It is the simplest form of manometer used for measuring the gauge pressure. We can see in the figure the one end of this manometer is connected to the point where pressure is to be measured. That is, in the figure, here is a point A at which we have to measure the pressure, and the other end is open to atmosphere. Then the rise of liquid in the tube gives the pressure head at point A. If at a point A the height of liquid, that is water, is h, the height of liquid is h in piezometer tube, then the pressure at point A is equal to, that is P is equal to rho into G into h into Newton, its unit is Newton per meter square. Then the second type is U-tube manometer. As name indicates, the shape of this manometer is U shape. It consists of a glass tube bent in U shape, in which one end is connected to a point at which pressure is to be measured. As shown in figure, the one end is connected to point B. We have to measure the pressure at point B, and the other end remains open to the atmosphere. This tube generally contains mercury or any other liquid whose specific gravity is greater than the specific gravity of liquid whose pressure is to be measured. First, for gauge pressure, let point B is the point at which pressure is to be measured, whose value is P. Now, as shown in figure, the datum line is AA. Let H1 is height of liquid above the datum line and H2 is height of heavy liquid above the datum line. You can see in the figure. Then S1 is specific gravity of light liquid, therefore ρ1 is density of light liquid, which will be equal to 1000 into specific gravity, that is 1000 into S1. Then S2 is specific gravity of heavy liquid, therefore ρ2 will be density of heavy liquid, which will be equal to 1000 into S2. As the pressure is same for horizontal surface, hence the pressure above the horizontal datum line AA in left column and in right column of U-tube manometer should be same. Therefore, pressure above the datum line AA in left column will be equal to P plus ρ1 into G into H1. Similarly, pressure above datum line AA in right column will be equal to ρ2 into G into H2. Hence, by equating these two pressures, P plus rho 1 GH1 is equal to rho 2 GH2. Hence we can find the value of pressure, that is P is equal to rho 2 GH2 minus rho 1 GH1. Then second condition for vacuum pressure. We will see the figure again. For measuring the vacuum pressure, the level of heavy liquid in the manometer as shown in figure, then the pressure above datum line AA in left column will be equal to rho 2 GH2 plus rho 1 GH1 plus P, and the pressure head in right column above AA is 0. Here is not pressure head in the right column, hence it is equal to 0. Therefore, we can find the value of pressure, that is rho 2 GH2 plus rho 1 GH1 plus P is equal to 0, and the value of pressure can be determined from this, which will be equal to negative rho 2 GH2 plus rho 1 GH1. This is negative value, that is vacuum. Then the third type of manometer is single column manometer. Single column manometer is a modified form of U-tube manometer, but in which a reservoir, you can see in the figure, it is a reservoir having a large cross sectional area, and its area is about 100 times as compared to the area of tube connected to the manometer. Due to the large cross sectional area of this reservoir, then for any variation or any change in pressure, the change in the liquid level in the reservoir will be very small and which may be neglected, and hence the pressure is given by the height of liquid in other tube, as we can see in the figure. The other limb may be vertical or inclined. If it is vertical, then the manometer is called as vertical single column manometer, and if the limb is inclined, then the manometer is called as inclined single column manometer. In the vertical single column manometer, when the manometer is connected to the pipe, then due to the high pressure at point A, we will refer the figure, due to the high pressure at point A, the heavy liquid in reservoir will be pushed downward, and therefore there will be rise in the right limb. This is vertical single column manometer. Then in the inclined single column manometer, we can see in the figure, this manometer is more sensitive as compared to the vertical single column manometer. Due to the inclination, the distance moved by heavy liquid in the right limb will be more. The distance moved by heavy liquid will be more in the right limb. It is due to the inclination of the tube. Thank you. To get more videos related to agricultural engineering and irrigation, subscribe this channel. Thank you.